Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Dennis. Welcome to Patina Code, into a special edition of So You Want to Build an AD. Today, we're going to skip past the intro and jump right into what I got in store for you guys. Recently, had the good fortune to travel out to Arizona, Glendale, Arizona to be exact, the site of Dino's Get Down 2020, and that was a close call. We wasn't quite sure if that was going to go down because of the virus and all that, but it happened. We made it. So I was out there with my guys, LS Fabrication. We were in the booth slinging some sheet metal and just bringing up the awareness of LS Fabrication as well as Patina Code. So one of the cool things about it, there was a lot of things to see, a lot of things to do. I got to talk to a lot of people, got to visit with a lot of owners of these big companies, and then we visited a few of the shops out there, and it was really, really cool. So the highlight of it all was me talking to these people in these companies and talking to the owners of some of these badass rides. So today what I have for you is 2 interviews, so you guys are going to get 2 for 1. One is we got to talk to the guys from Premier Street Ride, talk to Ross, and they're going to give us an overview of their company and what they have in store for the future. And then we're going to look at a 64 Impala owned by a private individual. For those of you who know me, you know that I like all the vehicles, especially the 6234 Impala. I build trucks primarily because they are a lot simpler to do versus a car. But we do have love for all vehicles, especially the Impala. So we're going to get to look at 2 pretty nice vehicles today. Well, actually, there'll be like 3 because there's a bunch of them for Premier, but then we're going to look at this really nice 64 Impala. So without further ado, let's hop right into these videos.
2020 Dino's Get Down, Ross with Premier Street Rods. You guys are here to check out one of these trucks that we brought down.
All right, so let's walk through this one. So what year is this one?
This is a 1956.
All right,
it's a 56, so this is a completely brand new truck. This is one of our body packages that you can buy. New chassis, new everything. So there's not one part on this thing that actually is original or came off an original truck. It is basically a catalog built truck. Starting from front to back on this thing, starting from the base plan, we went with TCI, so it's got a TCI chassis. It's on the airwaves. It's still repping the AccuAir CVT tank system. It is a Chevrolet crate motor. It's an LS3, back with a 4L75 trans. It is a very cleanly, simple, looks simply done truck, if you want to say.
Right.
There's a lot of custom touches. The more you look at it, you know, you'll see the little things that we did.
Well, one of the cool things is the door handles that match the rim,
right?
The lips on the rim.
That's a lot of like the accent stuff. So when it comes to the detail side, the grill matches the lip, the headlight bezels match the lip. All of the taillight bezels, the door handles, the wiper arms, every little accent piece all intertwines with the truck one way or another. So we try to keep our colors, flow throughout the truck.
So in your body shop, so explain the cab. Like, how did all that come about? Where you guys reproduction make cabs for the 80s?
Yeah, so when it comes down to it, like when we started doing this stuff, we've done so much rust repair in the past, and we wanted to be to the point where we can just offer a brand new product, and went through all the licensing and everything with General Motors to get approved. We are the only ones that are licensed to reproduce these 2 bodies here in the United States. We're truck people at heart, and that's what we really strive for. So starting there from rust repair, building into new stuff, it has evolved into the rest of the truck, and now we do parts, service, paint jobs, complete ground up builds, you name it, and it's just evolved this company to what it is now.
So how long does it take to make a cab? Like, because I've seen you guys put the doors on.
You're right.
You guys are lining them up. So you're doing it straight, right? So you're trying to get the cabs right.
So you do it like the cabs themselves. If it's a bone stock cab, we can usually knock them on and off jig in about 3 days, start to finish.
And do you keep them? Obviously, you keep them in stock, but how many are in stock? Like
it's hard to keep them in stock. I have a very, very limited number of stocks just because we offer so many different options and upgrades. So trying to figure out what that person wants and stock that one is hard to do. So most of them are built to order. And you know, lead times, we try to keep those things down. Right now we're about 2 to 3 week lead times, so if someone ordered one, I mean, it's readily ready to rock and roll. There's also vendors that we sell these things to that do have them in stock. LMC is one of them. They have these guys in stock ready to ship like right now. So if someone was in a desperate hurry to get one, have at it.
So now, does it come with the doors? Can you have it just the cab? Like if say I just want the cab, I don't need the doors. Do you do that?
I've done it. We've done it a couple times, and I really don't like to do it just because we spend a lot of time on fitting the doors and everything else. So there's a lot of extra time that goes into metalworking and actually getting our door fitments right. You know, to sell these things to a novice or someone beginning that wants to like restore one of these things, saying they're doing it in the garage. I don't want to get it to a point where the customer gets it and they have doors and they put them on and then they have to metalwork the doors. They don't have the experience or knowledge or know-how.
Right.
So the majority of every cab, 99.9% of them, I am definitely going to put the doors on and make sure that those things are gapped right.
So on the Task Force Era, only big back window, or do you make the small back?
Oh
window?
yeah, we do the small one as well. So both of those are available, big back window and the small window.
Now, as far as the AD cab, same thing, 5 window and 3 window?
We can do a 3 window. The problem on the 3 windows, so I don't have the inner panel that's stamped. So what we do is we actually physically build we make a rolled template and weld that in seamlessly and metal work it. And that is, we do the outer. On the inside part of it, it is going to be strictly up to the interior to finish that out.
Right, because well, most people want the 5 window anyway. If you're going to buy an AD cab, you want the 5 window.
Yeah, the majority of those sales are going to be a 5 window.
And big back window.
And big back window. You'd be surprised though. We've done quite a bit of the small back windows, but you're right. The big back window is definitely going to be the champion.
Yeah, definitely so.
Yeah.
So how long has Premier been into that process? Just when you guys start stamping out cabs?
We've been in business for 10 years now.
Right.
So it's all started about 10 years ago when we started this company and took it to where it is now. So the next one that we have in the shop right now that we'll be releasing next week is the 67 to 72 cabs.
Really?
Yeah, so I got 4 of those in the shop right now that we have been test fitting and putting together, and we'll be offering those in all the options as far as small hump, big hump, you know, factory AC if they want it custom altered, whatever. That's something that we're working on getting all the pricing and figuring out as well, but those will be coming up.
So you guys got
soon,
the cab market cornered.
Yeah, well, trucks. I mean, it's all in the truck stuff.
Right.
You know, our market is really pushed on truck driven. We're truck people, so it is definitely something that we have a lot of heart and soul into, and we want to keep rolling that.
So on this truck and the other, well, this one.
Yep.
The interior, you guys don't do the interior, you send it, or you have interior?
No. So everything that we do when we build a ground up truck, we do everything in house other than the interior. Okay. The interior we sub out to different interior shops. You know, Ron Mingus. There's this one was done by SoCal Customs. There's been a couple of them, but the majority, everything is all subbed out when it comes to the interior.
Right. Well, somebody asked, they'd be like, "Hey, do they do the interior too? Can I get one interior?"
You know, it's something like you start doing your research. There's different companies out there, TMI, and there's different guys out there that you guys can start piecing those things together where you can put a whole interior and put it together yourself out of a catalog. So technically, could you do the whole thing out of a catalog? Absolutely.
You could.
Yeah,
definitely so, man. It's awesome. And the hinges. Them are not.
Those are not factory. Yeah. Those are from Eddie Motorsports.
Yeah.
Everyone who knows these trucks, when they go to shut the hood, they always get out and have to push the corners of the hoods down to get them to shut and fit flush. So these are a gas assist billet hinge. They take all the. I mean, it makes the fitment on these things so much better and nicer, and it shuts right the first time, every time.
So now you make the parts. So you stamp fenders and hoods,
everything,
and doors. So you make the complete truck.
Yeah. You can buy a complete metal package from us. A complete metal package is $13,995. So that's every piece of metal. That's your whole skeleton of your truck for basically $14,000. Brand new.
And honestly, like, I mean, for me building them, you end up with way more than that in it.
Like, I know, and you start getting. I mean, the guys that haven't or want to get into this stuff. I mean, $14,000. Like, yeah, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. I mean, you can buy one for that, but if you get one that is physically rusted and rotted, and you have to sub it out and have work done and everything else, that is where it's going to nickel and dime you alive. It's gonna nickel and dime you alive, and you're gonna be so far deep into it that that 14 grand would have been the better off to go.
It would have. And then now with all the chassis companies, you don't have to have the highest end chassis. There's companies that make a chassis.
And that's the best part is, like, you know, we do these kits because the idea of the kits is to get people involved and have people go out there and, you know, get in the garage and work it. You don't need a professional shop to do it. You know, great if you don't have the expertise to do it, then yes, there's shops out there. I mean, we love doing these things, and there's plenty of builders out here that do a phenomenal job on building these things, but someone can physically go out in their garage and do this themselves, and that was the whole idea of it.
So we got the full scoop on Premiere.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, no, it's a, you know, it's a mom and pop show. You know, it's a family company. We started it very small, just 4 of us, and, you know, now we got 11 employees. So, you know, it's grown quite a bit, and it's a lot to take on and handle. But, you know.
So did your parents start as a body shop?
No. So when we started this, we all, me and my pops put this thing together, and we started just focusing on parts.
Oh, so it was you and your dad initially started?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, me, my dad, my mom, and my brother.
Okay,
yeah,
gotcha.
So the 4 of us, and that was our initial, and it was just strictly focused on parts, selling parts. And then we had a space in the shop that I would bring a car in or whatnot, and I would tinker on my own personal stuff, which turned into, hey, a guy coming in here, hey, can you install this for me? Okay, no problem. And then that turns into, hey, can you do this? Hey, can you do this? And it just, like, it rolls and rolls and rolls.
Snowball.
And over time, it snowballs, and here we are building full on like high-end vehicles. So
yeah. Hey, man, I appreciate you doing this.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys take care, and if you guys are here, swing on by.
Right on, man. Thank you, sir. Thank you. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Dennis.
What's up?
Yo.
Now go ahead.
No, it's good. Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Dennis. Welcome to Patina Code. I'm here with David Gomez, and he's got a badass 64 Impala. We're going to let him talk about that right now, and we're going to jump right into it.
So I'm David. This is my 64 Impala. Got lucky enough to move into this plaza here. I used to be across the way. Our building's backed up. Met Frank over here. Frank, he has a lineup that is insane. You know, he showed me what it's like to do a build and how to paint it. And the guys next door, they build Trey 5 Customs. And man, this is one of my first favorite cars that I had. This and I don't know, growing up in San Jose, cruising was really big. And now I got to do it finally after so many years of hard work. You know, I've got a couple Impalas, and this is one of them. And now we're just having a lot of fun with it.
So how long did it take to build the car?
You know, I had it started for about 6-7 years, and work, you know, the economy came back, work was great, and it sat for 2 or 3 years. And then finally, when I got back to it, the turnaround was about a year.
You guys did some really insane work with the LEDs, and like on your other Impala, you just showed me, you got some tricks that you can do with the LEDs. So like, how does all that go about? Like, what do you need to do all that?
Well, you know, in the same plaza, you have the painter, you have the builder, and then down the way, also automotive custom lighting. I saw that they hand make LEDs in tail lights and signal lights. Right here, obviously, these signal lights are being used with wheel lights going across the bottom, and then the back, the tail lights, they're like sequentials, like they go across like Mustang lights, and just everything they did was off the hook. The interior does special lighting. And yeah, the lights, also in my line of work, I'm an electrician, so there's color changing lights in swimming pools. Arizona's big on swimming pools, and lights became my thing, so I had to have them go really hard on the lights.
Yeah, it's definitely dope. It's funky, it's laid out. So about the top, now is that because you have a drop top, but you wanted a moonroof, and that's pretty insane there. So what's up with the top?
Yeah, so the top was a collaboration. What happens is, so I'm from the Bay Area out there. We're near Santa Cruz, a lot of Volkswagen Bugs. But then, you know, I grew up in the 90s, and mini trucks had these things. And then the builder works with legacy ragtops, and that is something that they put on some of the rides that they, you know, when the customer likes the idea of having an open roof. There was the Blue Bourbon out there. a friend of ours, and he has a big wide open top. And I said, you know what? Let me think about it for a minute. I originally wanted to do a moonroof that is more typical, and a lot of people have them. And I said, you know what? I want to stick out. I want people to say whether it's good stuff, bad stuff. I said, I'm going to love it. If it gets you talking, gets you recognizing the car, I said, it's going to be best of both worlds right there. And I figured, let's do it. Let's get people talking about it. Let's see if we could make a trend out as well.
And that's exactly right. Like, so I like that, what you just said. It don't matter what people think. You want to get it out there, but it's your vision. It's your shit. So let it run like it is. And I mean, for real, I know people, when they see it, they're like, man, that's dope. That's dope.
That's awesome. That's good to hear that. And I haven't had one hater. I thought people were going to be giving me static. Like, how do you do a hard top like that? You know, and it'll never be the same. And I just said, hey, I thought it would just be really nasty, make some noise, and that really did it for me. And when it was finally installed and I saw the finished product, I instantly fell in love. I actually have only closed it a couple times, and when it gets detailed, I'll close it, and I keep it open virtually 24/7.
Right. Definitely, especially out here. So now you said you're from California.
Yeah, from San Jose.
Okay, and you're out here in Arizona.
Yeah, I've been out here 20 years. I just grew up out there in the Bay.
Okay,
Yes.
so you didn't just come from there to come to the get down. You're actually here, but you're originally from. Gotcha. So the 64 Impala, of course, out there, the Impala 63, 64 is the choice of the Impalas. I know I had a 63 Bel Air and I had a 64 Impala, so I'm all about it. Now this one, it's slammed. Now that's bags, or is it on hydraulics?
All right, so it's on bags, and you hear a lot of stuff about kind of messing them up and cutting them out, and I said, you know what, I want to preserve the car a little bit differently, so you could get still laying it out and lifting it up, having a nice stance on it with the air ride, and it's more comfortable. You're not going to bump down the road, and just went a different way with it too, because like I said, I grew up with cruising, and I know about the wire wheels, and I love that look as well. And I grew up around lowriders, but I wanted something that people looked at where all different styles could look at this car. So I kind of wanted an Americana, a classic 64, but also with that touch of just being, I don't know, Mac Daddy pimping something.
Right. Now, is this a true? Because you got the SS badging and the SS trim level. Is that a true SS?
Yes, sir.
It is?
Yeah, true SS.
Now, to me, it wouldn't matter one way or another if it wasn't, because if I had a plain one, I'd put that. Because the SS emblem and the trim is just altogether different.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
It's got the little fish scale is what I call it. It looks like fish scales to
Yeah.
me, but hey, man, it's a beautiful car. And so how long have you had this car?
I've had it probably for about 8 years or so, maybe 9 years. Mm-hmm.
Now your other Impala, how long have you had that one?
Since I turned 40, I'm almost 44. So what happened was this one sat so long, and little midlife crisis. Something to do at 40. I had extra money, and time was running out. I wanted to fix this thing while my kids were smaller and they started growing up. And I picked up the red one when my daughter was a junior and my son was a freshman, and we started enjoying that convertible, and then got back to this one down the line.
To the hard top / soft top.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But so now the motor, that's the big, that's the elephant in the room. What motor is that?
Okay, so that's stroked out. It's a 383 stroker.
Old school.
Yeah, went old school with it. I kind of wish I did a LS, but at the same time, I like what it does. It really gets up and goes, and it feels like a rocket.
You got a really, really beautiful car, brother, and it's nice.
Thank you. I appreciate it. One thing that I'll mention is the TMI interior. I was a little bit skeptical at first before it was in the car. I was like telling the builder, I said, I don't know about this stuff. I just, I saw the door panels out of the car. And so the TMI, what's special about this interior is this is the first car to showcase this interior that goes on a 62, 63, and 64. It fits in those models. And they actually made it for this car. So
Really? So you got the first of the first.
here's one more awesome thing I could say about TMI. So TMI was actually it was their booth. They sponsored. They had this car in their booth at SEMA. It made it to SEMA last year, and so one thing I learned is that you can pick any one of their patterns. Also, you could pick any one of their makes of seats. So they have the different seats you could pick from, and so you could really make whatever interior you want.
That's awesome, man. Hey, I appreciate you talking to me, man, and taking the time out. You really do have a really nice car. And so do you, before we get out of here, do you drive it or does it just come out when it's time to show?
Oh, I drive it a lot. Like earlier this morning, if you would have seen it, it was very dusty. Had about 100 bugs on the windshield and all on the front headlights, and I put a lot of miles on it.
Hey, man, that's what I like to hear because that's what it's for.
Yeah,
When it
sure.
came off the showroom, it was nice. It wasn't as nice as this, but it was nice because
Right.
it was brand new. And they drove it. They drove it from where out in Missouri. They drove all the way to here, to Arizona, to
Absolutely.
California.
Yeah,
You know?
absolutely.
Yeah. All right, man. Hey, I appreciate you coming on and taking time and doing this with us. You got anything else you want to say before we get out of here?
No, just appreciate it, man. Nice meeting you, and yeah, we enjoyed the cars out here.
Yeah, definitely so, man. All right, you guys.
Yep.
We're out of here from. Where are we? Shout them
Yeah,
out.
we're in Peoria right now, but this is the Phoenix Valley Metro, and we're on the west side. We're right by the stadium and new casino out here, and we'll be at the Dino's Get Down tomorrow.
Yeah, man. You guys gotta forgive me. You know I ain't from here, so I don't know.
Alright.
So what's our shop we're in?
This is Eye Candy right here, Tray 5 next door, and they just get down to this complex. This is 8550 North 91st Avenue.
Hey, man. Hey, it's happening, man. I might have to move to Arizona.
All right, yeah. Everybody's moving out here.
All right, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Thanks.
Stay with me.
Yep, have a good one.